Welcome back, everyone. We're here today on the Integrative Health Coach Success Podcast, episode number 82. If you want to check out all of today's show notes, you are welcome to right on over at ihp.coach/082. ihp.coach/082 for the takeaways as well as the show notes links. All right, I want to get right into it today because it's very important that you have to understand is that it is a system. There is a formula that you can follow if you want to get more clients. And I've been talking about this over the past couple of weeks on the show, so hopefully you've been tuning in because we really talked about it 2 weeks ago, which is the rule of 7 touches. So if you haven't listened to that show, definitely tune in to episode 78. And that is because oftentimes what happens is we think that, okay, if we build a website, which we're going to be talking about in 2 or 3 weeks, I'm going to be talking about the only 5 pages really that you need on a website. So definitely tune into that show. That will be a few weeks from now, beginning of January, I would say. But it's really important that you have to understand is that your clients want to work with you. And that's because they want to achieve their goal. So here's the thing. Think about any goal you have in your life. It could be to save money on your taxes. It could be to learn to play the piano. It could be to purchase a home, right? For all of those things, you're probably going to want to find an accountant, a piano instructor, a real estate agent, right? But you have to choose one of those people. You know you want the end result, but you don't know if you're new to this who to trust. So is this accountant going to be the right accountant? How do I know that they're not going to lose money or whatever it might be, right? Or an investment banker, whatever it might be. Same with, sure, I want to learn how to play the piano, but I don't really want to invest my time in an instructor that isn't going to show me the latest and greatest techniques for playing the piano. Or, a little bit more maybe even in our own wheelhouse is we're trying to purchase, let's say, or have a web designer build our website. Well, how do we know that we're going to pick the right one and they're not going to design a terrible site or they're not going to just take our money and they're going to leave us with this, slow website, whatever it might be, okay? So here's the thing. What I'm trying to say is we all have a goal. That's basically it. Your clients, they want to overcome some wellness challenge. Autoimmune issues, skin issues, migraines, gut issues, whatever it might be. They might want to overcome a weight gain goal. They might want to lose weight and get in great shape, right? We've got a lot of fitness professionals listening to this show, a lot of people that specialize in that. So your job, though, is just to make sure that they feel that you can be the trusted source in order to take them from where they are right now to their goal. And you have to show them the map, right? So all these people talking about, I'm worried about my program's too expensive or whatever it might be. Listen, none of that honestly matters to a degree. If you're charging $5,000 an hour, sure, yeah, that's going to limit your prospects, no doubt about it. But most people who are willing to pay $100 for a consultation or a coaching call are willing to pay $250, right? So you just have to show the value that you bring. It's really important to look at it that way. But more than that, you need to show them and convince them that you are the right person for them in order to walk them from where they are right now, because they want to be walked step by step through the process, right? So I'm going to share with you the 6 steps that most clients go through so that you can meet them where they're at and then simply show them based on previous client stories of how you'd be able to do the same for them. All right, so let's go through it. So the first thing you have to understand, and that's basically what I explained, is you need to know your client's single point of interest. Okay, yeah, they have a lot of health issues, but really what's the one thing that keeps them up at night the most? Maybe they've got all sorts of autoimmune issues, maybe they can't sleep, but what really keeps them up at night is that they're about 50 pounds overweight and they really don't want to be, right? So okay, that's their single point of interest. Now, of course, you're going to help them with the autoimmune. Of course, you're going to help them with sleep because that's getting them healthy is how you're going to help them lose weight in the first place, right? So you have to understand what is their objective and stop trying to talk about all the other great things that they're going to get when really what they're looking for is to accomplish that one thing, right? Go back to that. If you're looking to learn how to play the piano and your teacher is also telling you how great they are at playing the saxophone and how they've won awards for playing the harp, whatever it might be, like, okay, that's great. But what about the piano? Are you great at the piano? Tell me more about the piano, right? So just go back to talking about what's important to them. Remember, your clients are not different than you. We think of our clients as them radically different than us. No, they're the same type of person. They have their own goal. You just may not have the same goal because you've already achieved your body transformation. You've already achieved your health-based goals. But think back to maybe when you were working on those too. Single point of interest, talk about that, bring them into the conversation that way. Everything that you talk about goes back to their goal, their objective. That's the first part. The second is this. You have to help them become aware that there's an alternative solution to things that they've already done before. Okay, so if you want to help a client lose weight, because that's one of the, again, like 2/3 of people, that's their goal, right? So when we look at that, you say, well, I've already tried a diet plan similar to this. I've already tried an exercise plan. So what you're sharing now is, here's how this plan is different. Here's why there might be an alternative opinion to where you may have gone wrong. And this is now your new hope. Right? That's what you need to do. People say to us all the time in our Equal Life practice, like, oh, well, I've already tried similar plans. Okay, yes, I understand. You've tried similar plans, right? But you haven't tried this one. And here's why, right? Or I'm looking to fix my digestion. I've already tried using probiotics, or I've already tried using some herbals. Okay, yes, but it's not the CBO protocol. That's the bottom line, right? Or you haven't lab tested to see if it's parasites instead of candida or bacteria. That's what we do, right? So we fine-tune the plan and create a precision for them. And again, you could be any number of things, right? And we show them that this is clinically proven, and then we share with them stories, going back to their objective of how other people have achieved it. So again, first, come in at their single point of interest. Second, share with them how there is some other opportunity that they have not taken advantage of because they simply weren't aware. Hey, did you know that this is an option? A great thing to do, okay? Number 3 on kind of that ascension-based ladder is once you've got them to say, okay, there is an alternative. You're right. I haven't tried that before. Then move back to the map, okay? Move back to how this will actually look in their own life. Because you need to get them to believe that this is real, that this is achievable. They need to see themselves going through this process. So let me just share with you the gut-based protocol. Okay, so let's just say I'm talking to Sally. Sally, I just want to let you know that this is honestly very simple and very straightforward. Here's what we do, and these are what all of our successful clients have done in the past. We are going to ship you a lab, and it is going to be extremely easy to do right at home. All it's going to require is a simple urine-based sample. This is the Candida Metabolic and Vitamins test. All you do is wake up one morning, you collect a small urine sample, you cap it, you put it back in the box, you mail it out to the lab. It already has prepaid mailer on it. And then we get the results back in just about 3 weeks. Once I get the results back, I'm going to create a plan for you based on your results, based on your particular story. Excuse me. And then what we'll do from there is we will begin to share that plan with you and begin to implement it step by step. Does that sound like an easy way to get started? And they'll say, sure, right? So give them that first easy step to get started, demystify it, and help them now start to walk down the road. After that, what's going to happen is your clients are going to come up with all sorts of different reasons why they might not, or potential clients, right? This is prospects. They're going to come up with all sorts of different reasons why this isn't going to work for them. I don't know if now is the right time, right? So they're going to say, well, I've got an event coming up in, next month in 3 weeks. I have a child's birthday party. I'm going to be traveling for work, whatever it might be. Honestly, like there's so many different excuses. So you're going to say, totally understand. When do you think would be a good time for you? That's what you want to ask. And then they're going to look and be like, oh, there is no good time, right? There's no good time. That's because we're waiting for like life to all of a sudden slow down, and it doesn't work that way. So then we say is this, what I can tell you is this, is that we work with busy people every single day inside of our practice. And you can personalize it more. You can say, I work with busy people every single day inside of my practice. Everybody's busy. They've got kids, they've got family related back to their life, right? They've got jobs, they've got all sorts of different things, travel. Here's what we do. We make it for real people in the real world. So that means that whatever protocol you're on, you're going to be able to manage it because you're always going to have a breakfast, lunch, and dinner. So we're just going to shift you to an easier to access foods that you can take with you while traveling or on the road, easy to take nutritional supplements that you're just going to have with your meal or outside of your meal. That's it. So we're going to make it happen. And trust me, you're not the only busy person that we work with. We're going to make it happen for you as well. So you want to listen to their skepticism, listen to their objections, and not put them down in any way. Just say, I understand. I hear what you're saying. It's not uncommon. We work with people like you all the time, right? So that was step 4. Step 5 is that they're going to now deliberate what the best course of action is. This is very important because now they've already made up in their mind and said yes. Now it's not your time to talk them out of it. I work with a lot of IHP mastery based students as well. And the whole consultation is going great. And then it's their time to present them the actual pricing for their health coaching or labs or all-inclusives, whatever it might be. And they start to act like a totally different person. When all the person, that prospect is really asking is, how now do I sign up? Right? So don't over-explain anything. Just say, listen, my plans are really simple. You get 4 calls with me. Okay? So it's basically a 6-month plan. Your first call is our initial intake. About 4 to 6 weeks later, when we get your labs in, that's when we do your second call. I'm going to go through your lab results, exactly what they mean, right? And if it's not that, you can just do your protocol. I'm going to work with you for your protocol. I'm going to write everything out. I'm going to help you with your sample meal plans. We're going to go through everything that day. Then about 4 weeks later, after you've been on it for 4 weeks, it might take you a week to get your nutritional supplements. So 4 or 5 weeks later, we're going to do your next follow-up. It might be 30 or 60 minutes, whatever you decide ahead of time. And then one more, another 4 weeks later, and that's going to be the plan that I actually help you then with your maintenance-based plan, because we're going to be weaning off a lot of these things by then. So you're giving them that hope at the end. They're going to be doing less. They're going to be kind of shifting back into this magical new lifestyle of where they get to do what they were doing before and yet still get the same results. And we know that that's not going to happen because 12 to 16 weeks from now, they're going to love their results and they're going to feel so much better. And they want to continue on with whatever plan that you're helping them with, right? Because they don't want to slide backwards. So you make it super easy and super simple. And you say, listen, I have 2 plans. One is essentially a la carte, and that is $180 a month. And that's what we do. We do 4 payments of $180. Then there's no payments, more payments after that. Each one of those gets a 60-minute consultation with me. Plus, I do all of the work outside of our consultations to write up your plans, to read your results, to make sure all of that's taken care of. And we do a weekly check-in email. And all of that takes place over your first 4 months. And if we still have some calls left and it's been into the 5 months, good. We go all the way until that last call. So all of that's all inclusive. Remember, just because we are not on the phone together, you're still going to be able to send me that once a week email check-in. So we're constantly going back and forth to make sure you're taken care of. So that's the a la carte. That's everything's individual. We can decide on the right labs for you as well. And that's during our first consultation. This is basically something we would talk about on that free 15-minute consultation. And the next part is this. Or I can do the done for you plan. The done for you plan is $490 a month. And it includes the one lab that I was talking about, which is the Candida metabolic and vitamins test. Now, if you want to add on a food sensitivity test, if you want to add on a stress mood hormones test, you can do that. Okay, that's not a problem. But I'm going to include the first lab, which, by the way, is $499. So you're already getting that included. So each month is $490. And it's for 4 payments. And what you get with that then is also up to $300 in nutritional supplements as well. So I take care of all of that though for you. I literally order all of your nutritional supplements and I send them to you so that you don't need to worry about anything. So that's the done for you plan. That's the concierge based plan. A lot of clients really like that because all they need to do then is look at their plan, know what they have to eat, and know when to take their nutritional supplements. And then of course we can talk about the exercise and other things, the add-ons after that. But those are all included. Which one of those 2 options seems the best for you? So this is where they evaluate. Don't give them a million options. Give them 2, maybe 3, but just ideally 2, done for you or a la carte. And then you let them decide. I'll do a deep dive on another show on this. So don't feel like this is the only thing. But that's the evaluation. So that's step 5. Step 6 is the purchase. You might say, why do you need to take me through the purchase? Here's why. Because you can get tripped up on this as well. Like, okay, what I need you to do is fax me over a check and then put it in the mail. And then when I receive it, then no, you make it easy. You need to be able to take credit card payments over the phone during that free 15-minute consultation. Now, you can be on your website that takes credit card payments and just type in their information. And you can do that 4-month recurring for the $180 if you want, or the $490. But you need to make it super easy. So either the client inputs it online or you take it over the phone and fill it in. So it's really keep it super simple. Can they send a check? I wouldn't. Can they pay by Venmo? I wouldn't. I would keep it super simple. And they're not going to pay by cash because you're doing virtual consulting. And if they pay by cash, they're probably going to bring it for each session. You don't want that because then that means they can stop at any time. There's no real commitment. So personally, again, you can make an argument for different things. I would just take a credit card and it just recurs for 4 billing cycles and then it stops. And then you have their credit card as well. And then that credit card can be used for additional nutritional supplements. It can be used for whatever you decide to get their permission on and take payments on that. So that is the simple 6-step process. Maybe it sounds complicated, but I would just listen to this podcast over again and just understand that your client came in with one main objective. You need to know that from the get-go. After that, you need to share with them that there is an alternative that they've never even explored before. Take a look at it, right? So that's how you begin to work them into this process. Now, from there, it's simply showing them how they then would take advantage of this new opportunity, how you would walk them through that step by step. Let them come up with the back and forth Q&A. That's normal. Don't get upset at them. Then share with them 1 or 2 options to get started. A la carte is typically great or done for you. And then an easy way to pay. If you do that, you are going to be successful. You are. Now, all you need to do is get those people to contact you. Go back, listen to my shows here on the Integrative Health Coach Success podcast on how to market, how to get in front of people on social media, and we'll be teaching much more of this inside of IHP also in January, so stay tuned. Hopefully this was helpful. Again, all notes today are at ihp.coach/082. And if you're not already an integrative health practitioner, a certified health coach with us, now's the time to get started. It honestly is, because IHPs are in such high demand from the amount of people coming to that practitioner site. It's unbelievable. And if you start now, remember, you can get IHP level 1 certified in just 12 weeks. So now's the time to get started. And of course, if there's any questions, head on over to ihp.coach, download a brochure, no obligations call, speak with one of our amazing enrollment admissions counselors. They'll chat with you, no obligation, answer your questions, and we are here to help. So take care, everyone. Have an amazing day. I'll talk with you soon.